And so far, all the habitat improvements I've made to our land have been geared towards the white-tailed deer. And currently, we don't have wild turkey on our land, but we like to hunt them and like to view them, so I'd like to make habitat improvements to attract wild turkeys. With that in mind, I recently toured our property with one of my state's private lands wildlife biologists about making those habitat improvements. And it didn't take him long to inform me that we were lacking in brood rearing and nesting cover. Currently, our property consists primarily of closed canopy bottomland hardwood forest with pines scattered throughout on the higher ground. Using the timeline function on Google Maps, I know that the northern part of our property went through a timber harvest 10 to 13 years ago. This area was just left to regenerate naturally. Now, when we toured the land with the biologist, he told us we were lacking in brood rearing and nesting cover. And he picked the spot out behind me as a really great starting point to create that habitat. He said what we need are wildlife openings managed in an old field style habitat. And he chose this spot because of the low value of the trees. You can see on the other side, I'm right on the edge of that timber harvest that occurred 10, 12 years ago. Behind me are some more mature trees, and these trees in the future I'll realize some financial benefit from a timber harvest. The trees in the recently logged portion, while somebody down the road may gain some value, I won't see it in my lifetime. So if we're going to create those openings, this would be a great place to start. I'm standing up in what will one day be old field style habitat. I'm in the middle of our turkey habitat project, and this is an area that hasn't been cleared yet. And my goal is, you can see how open it is behind me. You get lower, it's even more open. I want to turn this kind of cover, which all I have is leaf stuff. I want to turn this kind of cover into this kind of cover. I'm out here working on my turkey habitat project, and while this is to mainly benefit the turkeys and create that habitat for them, in the short term, when I drop these trees, I'm putting a lot of tops on the ground. These trees are starting to bud out. It's February, there's not a lot to eat now, so I'm putting a lot of food on the ground for the deer. Well, this is the second weekend I've been working on the turkey habitat project, and I've gotten about 1/2 acre cleared. Now, when we talked to our biologist, he said we need a minimum of 5 acres, with more being better. And the reasoning there is the more cover a predator has to work through to find that nest, the harder it is going to be to find it. Now, this is going to be a 5-year project, or I've scheduled it for 5 years. So I'll come back here and I'll work on it this summer until I get 1 acre cleared, and next year I'll come back and clear another acre, and I'll follow it up that spring with fire. And if I have any saplings coming back, I'll treat those with herbicide. But I'll just keep chipping away at this every year for 5 years, and eventually I'll have a 5 acre old field style habitat that'll be great nesting cover and brood rearing cover for wild turkeys.